As many of you know, the Obi-Wan Kenobi show starts airing this week. There are a lot of things I really hope to see, and a lot that I really hope that we don't see. Firstly, I hope that this show really focuses on the emotional struggles and damages that Kenobi has experienced due to Order 66 and having to eliminate his own apprentice, who was ultimately the closest thing to a friend he ever had. Since we know that Vader will be a part of this show, I'm hoping that we see some of the emotional conflict within him. It hasn't been that long since he lost Padme, so I'm hoping that the show at least goes into what Vader is dealing with and how he's handling his emotions. I also hope that we get to hear from Qui-Gon. Now, I know that Liam Neeson has denied being a part of the show, but as most of us know, Disney tends to make their actors keep their mouths shut when it comes to stuff like this. I really love the character of Qui-Gon, so regardless, I hope that we at least get to hear him speaking from the Force. Now, I know that they showed a young Luke in the trailer, and I absolutely love that they tried to make him resemble little Annie. However, I hope that we don't see too much of him, since Luke was pretty isolated from Obi-Wan for the most part. In fact, from what I understand, he barely seemed to know Ben in A New Hope, apart from being a lone hermit. I definitely hope that we get to see examples of Obi-Wan protecting Luke from outside threats that he and the Lars family have no knowledge of. I like that Obi-Wan was kind of a silent guardian, protecting him from the shadows. Ultimately, I hope that the show focuses on Kenobi since this is the Kenobi show. The more characters and storylines that they try to put in, I feel like that's less time that they can devote to the character whose name is literally the title of the show. Now that we're done with the things that I hope to see, let me go over some of the things that I really hope that we don't see. After being heavily disappointed by the Book of Boba, I am truly hoping that they don't try to force a bunch of cameos or new characters into a show that is supposed to be about Kenobi. I know that they are already putting in the Inquisitors, Reva, the Grand Inquisitor, and a new Jedi character, at least according to the trailer. So my concern is that they may try to make this show an extension of some of their other shows, or maybe all the shows combined as a whole, rather than focusing on telling a character-driven story about Obi-Wan. I also hope that we don't see him leave the planet. Or if he does, I really hope that there is a good reason that he would abandon Luke. Personally, I feel that having him leave without a reason more important than protecting the future of the Jedi Order will break the lore that the films have already established and, in turn, upset quite a few fans. So in the end, I'm not opposed to him leaving the planet, I just hope that there is a good reason for it. I also truly hope that they fixed the Grand Inquisitor. Now, I'm pretty confident that they won't, but to be honest, it legitimately bothers me and many others that they redesigned a pre-established race and made them look more human. Now, I see a lot of people online trying to justify it by saying, well, Rebels is an animated show, so you have to redesign it for live action, otherwise it would look weird. To people saying that, good job gaslighting the real issue. The problem that most people have with the redesign is that the race of Pauans has already been shown in live action. Remember Utapau, where Obi-Wan went to fight General Grievous? Yeah, these guys. See them? Now let's look at the Grand Inquisitor. See the issue? Now I'm not going to call it racist to change a race of existing fictional characters to make it look more the way that you would like it to look, but maybe soon Disney will make Leku-less Twi'leks, or maybe we'll have Trandoshans with human skin. In all honesty, I know that many people view this as a nitpick, which, it's fair enough. However, for someone who grew up with the Star Wars films, seeing them change how a race is already established to look in live action feels disrespectful, as now every time someone goes to watch Revenge of the Sith, they're going to be reminded of the glaring mistake that Disney made in Kenobi. However, if they decide to make him a different race altogether, I'm actually okay with that, as I would prefer them changing his race over changing the actual race themselves. I also hope that they don't break the lore. As most of you who grew up with Star Wars know, the first time that Luke sees a lightsaber is when he holds his father's. So I'm hoping that the leaks that have come out recently turn out to be false, as having Luke see lightsabers in action would break what was already established in the very first film. But most of all, I'm really just hoping that Disney did their due diligence of ensuring that they follow the lore and are faithful to the characters that were already established. Star Wars has one of the most passionate fan bases, as Star Wars has become more than a film or a brand. It's almost on the level of a religion or history to some people. They know the ships, the weapons, the planets, the cultures, the races, the politics, the animals, the characters, their backstories, how the world functions, even the way things move and sound. So if someone is to further this amazing franchise, I would hope that they take as much love and care with it as George Lucas did when he designed each film. But what do you think? Is there anything that you are hoping to see or not to see? Feel free to let me know in the comments below. I, for one, am definitely excited to see Hayden and Ewan reprising their roles. Hayden did such an incredible job playing Anakin, more so than people tend to admit, so I'm very pleased to see that he's coming back as well. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, your week, and I will see you next time.